Hi friends, I have a new book for us, and this is someone I've never read, but it looked very cute. And on a rainy, kind of overcast day, I sometimes like to curl up with a good book, and so I'm hoping you can join me. And while we read Mabel and the Cloud Dragon. And Mabel is the cat. I don't know what the Cloud Dragon is. Let's find out. And here's clouds. And some of the clouds look like lambs or sheep. Mabel and the Cloud Dragon by Elwyn, Tate. The day was just dawning as Mabel was yawning. Do you hear the rhyme? Dawning and yawning. See if you can hear other ones in other pages. And lifting her head, tired little head. She scratched and she stretched. Then quickly she fetched the paper to Bill in his bed. That must be Bill. Bill doesn't look like he really wants to read the paper. I think he'd rather sleep. She's busy. She hopped down the stairs and then jumped over how many chairs? 1, 2, 3 chairs. And galloped into the yard. Mabel has a lot of energy. She checked on the chickens and the pigs in their pens. Then she watered the chives and the chard. See, she has a little watering can there. She's watering. She's very helpful, that Mabel. The ponies were sleeping as Mabel went leaping along past the flowers and bees. Do you see that line? That's where she's been leaping. Then she cried, "Oh, my dear, what's going on here?" What do you think is going to be going on here? All the sheep were on top of the trees. I wonder why. Let's find out. She said, "Well, I never knew sheep were so clever. How on earth did you get way up there?" Perhaps they all flew, but no, Mabel knew that sheep could not fly in the air. Look at the sheep has what? A cape and a mask. Superhero sheep. Let's find out what happened next. It was then that she saw the print of a paw. Aha! Mabel said, "What is this?" Now, do you remember what the book is called? What other animal? Remember there was something about a cloud dragon? The print was a clue, and she certainly knew it was not a clue to dismiss. So she knew she had to take this serious. So she followed the trail over the dale, which I guess is those hills, and up to a battered old wagon. Then she saw up ahead that the footprints had led, there they are, to the feet of a giant green, what is it? Dragon. Look, there's a rainbow and sheep on his head. He had horns on his nose and claws on his toes, and his tail was bumpy and long. Then as Mabel drew near, she started to hear that the dragon was singing a song. Do you think he's a good dragon or a not so good dragon? Let's find out. I am the Cloud Dragon. I care for the clouds. I make sure they're floaty and fluffy. He seems to be a friendly dragon. They're squishy and soft. I love how they waft so perfectly pretty and puffy. Then he stopped with a sigh and he said, "Me, oh my," looking down at some sheep chewing cud. "These clouds will get mucky and dirty and yucky if they stay way down here in the mud." So what does he think are clouds? That's right, the sheep. So see how he's thinking? That's what a cloud looks like. And he thinks the clouds fell down to the ground. With a stoop and a sweep, he picked up those sheep and set them on top of a tree. With a skip and a scurry and a flap and a flurry, he flew off as quick as could be. But how are those sheep going to get off the trees? Aha! Mabel cheered as the mystery cleared, and she knew just who was to blame. He thinks, Mabel said, with a shake of her head, that clouds and sheep are the same. Mabel ran and she raced and she followed and chased. Who'd she find? Past trees with the sheep sat on top, until, with a thud and a thump, the cloud dragon came to a stop. And now I suppose it is time for a doze, he said, sitting down for a rest, the dragon. So he took off his cap, laid down for a nap, and folded his arms on his chest. And so there he sat, as Mabel the cat ran faster and faster until she finally got to the very same spot at the top of the farm's highest hill. Wake up, Mabel cried, sitting down by his side. There's something we need to discuss. With a yawn and a frown, the dragon looked down, saying, Who's making all this fuss? But before Mabel could speak, the dragon went, Eek! There are more of these clouds than I thought. They are such a bother. Why will they not hover or float in the sky like they ought? So what is he seeing? Is he seeing clouds or sheep? Let's find out. So he waved her goodbye, and he jumped off to fly. But he found that he wasn't... Oh, did I skip a page? Let me go back one. Oh, no, I guess I didn't skip a page. So he waved her goodbye, and he jumped up to fly, but he found that he wasn't quite able. His flap was a flop, and he came to a stop, because gripping him tightly was Mabel. And she said, Please don't go far away. I've something to say before you move more things around. They're not clouds, they are sheep. And we do like to keep our sheep nice and safe on the ground. Then she started to draw a sketch with her paw to show him just where he went wrong. Fluffy plus ba plus legs equals sheep. Oh, what a mistake for a dragon to make, he said as he followed along. I'll flap my 2 wings, and those strange fluffy things will be all brought down, one by one. It didn't take long to fix what was wrong, and after a while he was done. Then he took off his hat, saying, Dear little cat, I'll give you a gift if I may. This is for you, he said as he blew a fluffy white snow cloud her way. With apologies, said, he ran up ahead and flew up into the sky. The snow tumbled lightly as Mabel held tightly, so is it a cloud on a string, and waved the cloud dragon goodbye. Now what's this guy? The question. This must be Bill. So he's in there, he's reading the end. So I think he's confused why it's snowing, because he doesn't know Mabel has a snow cloud. That's a very silly ending. All right, bye for now.